Hello everyone. Today I decided to introduce yet another new house into my channel. Well, I mean, the house is ancient, but new name to my channel. Today I will be talking about Creed. I have quite a few of Creed fragrances in my collection still. First, maybe the most important caveat is that Creed, as I know it, today is basically dead. So the most important, probably first fact, every Creed fragrance, with exception of 3, are in these vintage 75 or 120 ml sizes, and some of them are even more vintage with these hose sprayers. They are excellent. I can show. That is because modern formulations of the same sense of Creed are not the same, not even close. And new Creed fragrances I have smelled, recent ones, like Queen of the Silk, Santoris, Delphinus, I don't know, they're all, in my opinion, very bad. I was very saddened when I smelled them because they all smell like Creed is doing his best initial impression. All the synthetic musks, amberwoods, and all the trash molecules that modern niche are now doing. Creed is obviously being sold 2 times now, or 2 times I think. First to BlackRock, anyways, and now they're just trying to make as much money as they can, I guess. So yeah, all the reviews you will be seeing from me will be from the best probably versions of these scents, and the only 3 that I have not in these vintage forms are first Viking, because it never came to 75 or 120 mils because it's newer, and Viking Cologne because of the same reason, and Bois de Portugal, because I will explain in Bois de Portugal review in the future why, at least until, I don't know, now, I don't know, I haven't smelled the latest formulation, but for some time there was a reason why Bois de Portugal was the only Creed that never got reformulated. But yeah, today I will talk about Royal Oud. In my personal opinion, it should be called Royal Cedar, because obviously, as with all these modern niche houses, even if they were using high quality ingredients, you can't smell real oud in these fragrances. I smell a lot of cedar instead of oud, but Royal Oud by Creed is an example that no real oud is actually needed to create an excellent fragrance. Is it an oud fragrance? Nope, but it's still pretty good. I enjoy the scent very much. I even got a backup of the same batch. I don't collect backups in my collection almost ever. I have like 3, I think, 3 different scents with a backup. But this one is one of those that I deemed it worthy. What does it smell like and why do I enjoy it so much? Well, as I already mentioned, it has a strong cedar note in the base. Galbanum and Angelica as its opening. some of that legendary by now Creed ambergris and sandalwood base also. No wood that I can get, that my nose can smell, but that's not a problem. Why did I choose this fragrance to start my Creed reviews on this channel? Well, first of all, this is my favorite Creed. This is the most serious Creed, I think, of their collection, and this is best suited for autumn that we're having now. So I felt it's a pretty good idea to introduce some fall scents in my reviews, just to make them relevant for the time of the year we're having now. To those who want me to be specific, I know this is 2014 batch. To be honest, I can't. It's very hard to see, but I know it's from 2014. If you are looking to get your nose on Creed now, in 2025, when this video is filmed, I would advise you to look for samples or bottles with these 75 or 120 ml sizes. I have smelled and compared modern versions with the old versions, because when I was new to this hobby, first of all I got all of them in 100 ml formulations, and even those 100 mls by now are basically called vintage, because I remember my first event was 2019, my Boys de Portugal until now is 2018. Basically all of them that came before 2020, the batches I had were before 2020, and with very very few exceptions, when I changed them over the years to the vintage stock, the difference between quality, it's very big. On some fragrances bigger than others, but in this case, Royal Oud, the difference is very big. I think one of the biggest blows to Creed was ban of oak moss. I believe in some of their most popular creations like Aventus, like Royal Oud, like Spice and Wood, they were using oak moss to provide the fragrance lasting power. And because Creed used to use more naturals than other niche houses at the time, their lasting power were not as good as some synthetics based houses, and removal of oak moss from their formulations did a very big blow to their lasting power, and they basically had no other choice but to increase the amount of synthetics in the formulations just to make them last. It of course made the fragrances worse. In my opinion, no synthetic component can replace the actual natural ingredient. So, well, what can you do? After the oak moss, I think then all the sales of the brand and all the trying to save money and things like that provided even more blows, because if you take a modern formulation, and I am talking 2020, I have no clue what's going on in 2025, but even as early as 2020, and you take a formulation like this from 2014 or older, first thing you will notice the change in the legendary Creed ambergris and sandalwood. I'm not sure if they were even using the real ambergris even back then. It's not a guarantee, but even if it back then was ambroxan, but I doubt it, because from Roxanne probably the performance would always have been excellent. So this is one of few cases where the lying house of Creed gets credit for me, and doubt, benefit of the doubt. I believe in the beginning they were using real ambergris, and that ambergris and sandalwood accord in the base made the house what it is. And sadly, after maybe about 2016, late 2015 or early 2016, together with oak moss, this ambergris and sandalwood base was also changed. So all I can give all the praise in the world to this fragrance, and I will. It's, in my opinion, one of the best niche fragrances you can get. But all the praise goes to the shitter, as they say, because today in the store you simply just can't get this version, this quality of Creed. So it's a little bit annoying for me as well that even in my positive reviews of scents, where I would like to scream and shout and be happy about what this creation is, I always have to do some asterisks, also have to do some tangents to explain to people that what I'm talking about is not what they can actually smell in store. And that in some ways even makes my reviews kind of pointless, because, well, yeah, this is great, 10 out of 10, best Creed of all time, but come on, Mr. Reviewer, where can we get it? Well, you can't. And that's my main gripe of all this fragrance situation, and basically the main reason why I created this channel. As pointless as it may seem, we have these reviews from back in the day where people are praising these fragrances, and they are sincere about their reviews. Some notable reviewers like Royal Oud was talking about Creed since forever, and the bottles he has in his collection are oldest you can find on internet, and he's completely right. One of the scents was even his, as I know, one of his wedding scent. And then you have reviewers from today who are also hyping, but they are hyping everything they get because they get some stuff for free. I'm not sure they're getting free stuff from Creed, but if you probably not, maybe, I don't know, in today's market probably yeah, all the new wood whatever, I am sure they're getting them for free, but that's where they're hyping them. Most fragrances you can see, like every new release gets like 50 videos from same people on the same week, saying same talking points and stuff. So if I'm a person looking for information on YouTube about fragrance I'm interested in, I watch a review from 10 years ago, it's positive. I watch a review from a month ago, it's positive, and go to the store, or even worse, I blind buy the thing because everybody's so positive, and I smell it and it's nothing. It's nothing to shout about. And then people sit confused. I don't understand. I have this reviewer saying it's excellent. I have this new reviewer saying it's excellent as well. I go to Fragrantica, it has 10,000 rankings, and everybody is saying it's 9 out of 10. But probably 9,000 of those 10,000 reviewers who ranked the fragrance did the ranking in 2014. And then you read the comments and you see that most of them are negative. And then you think to yourself, what's going on? Everybody on YouTube says me it's great. Overall ranking says it's great. And the comment says it's shit. Or not worth the money or whatever. I don't even know how much these new creeds cost now. I'm sure something bonkers. $500 in America, in USA, and like 300 euros or 200 euros in Europe. That's also funny to me. How come the same scent in USA is almost twice as expensive? I don't know, maybe some USA viewers didn't know that, but in Europe we pay for Creed a lot less. Why? You tell me. So yeah, I went off topic a bit. Yeah, so my main point, I'm doing this review, and I will do some more reviews to explain people that if you want best experience of Creed and you don't understand how come all the reviews are so good but the fragrance no longer is that good, and that's why. It used to be very good. It used to be perfection, actually, as far as niche goes, and even as mass appealing niche goes. For some watching my videos, you probably made a conclusion that I just hate mass appealing fragrances in general. I don't. I have a full collection of vintage Creeds in my closet of fragrances. And everyone can agree, Creed is easy to wear. But back in the day, they were using very big amounts of naturals, and other houses were actually kind of laughing out from them, like, why are you doing this? It's not profitable, it's not necessary. People are buying our scents without these amounts of highest quality ingredients. And as we see, as time passed, Creed started to agree with them. Why? Why should we try harder than everybody else when we have our name? Now everybody is just buying because it's Creed, and everybody is buying these synthetical molecules nowadays, and let's do what everybody does because it sells. And what can I say? It's a business. They need to make money. So yeah, back to the Royal Oud. It's a very cozy, very warm, very spicy fragrance. My bottle has pretty good longevity. I would say it's for a little bit more mature crowd, maybe 25 and up. For a teenager, this might be a little bit too sophisticated, but well, everyone can try, and you should try. Maybe you will like it, maybe you won't, but as far as easy to wear, mass appealing autumn winter cozy scents go, I think Creed with this Royal Oud, or I would call it Royal Cedar because I can't smell any oud, I would call this an excellent fragrance. I wish, again, like with Bortnikov, I wish that the times where Creed knew what they're actually doing and when they still cared would come back, but it never will, because Creed is sold now and corporate greed. Everybody were joking, it's not Creed, it's greed. But back in the day, at least you got some quality with your money, no matter how expensive it was. And very, very early days, Creed was not even that expensive. But today, I think we can rename the brand from Creed to Greed, and finally to corporate greed. So yeah, if you're watching this review and you want to experience the same greatness that I do with this scent, my only advice to you is look for an older batch.